Welcome to my kind of test video of Nintendo Switch recording. This is actually my first time recording Nintendo Switch gameplay, and I'm actually going to post it. And yeah, so the game I'm going to the game I'm going to test is Metal Slug 3. So this is one of the Neo Geo arcade emulator games that they released on the Nintendo Switch, and yeah, we're going to get this game fired up. I am not very good at this game. I just beat it in a little bit. I think I beat it in sorry. I think I beat it in a little bit under an hour of like actually playing it. So I think we're gonna play the English version. Although my OS language is set to Japanese. I just think it looks cooler. Alright. So I'm gonna put 5 continues on there. And we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And I'm gonna play as Fio. And yeah, here we go. So for those of you who don't know, Metal Slug is a platformer shooter, somewhat along the lines of Contra. If you get hit once, you're dead. And yeah, so that's pretty much what we're dealing with here. It's a side-scroller shooter and stuff. Heavy machine gun. That's my favorite clip from the game. And yeah, so basically the whole aim of this game is just to shoot everything before it kills you, and there's like multiple pathways that you can take. Like I can go down there and get in that submarine if I really wanted to. And you know, actually I can't go back, can I? I was about to say I might go back there because the music from that area is actually really amazing. So here in a moment, probably at the end of this level, I'm gonna play that music, and you know, just to show you what I'm talking about, or I'll play it over this clip right here. So yeah, you can see that this game has some pretty good music going on. It's got some pretty good going on. And this is actually a pathway I have not taken yet. This is all new to me. So yeah. What you guys are about to see is my genuine reaction to all this, because I have never seen this part of the game before. I took the submarine. The first one when oh, it's a helper monkey. I took the submarine the first time when I was playing it just on my own. And I will tell you this, guys. I will tell you this right now. For $9, this is a must-have Nintendo Switch game. Like, it is amazing. And like there's so many different modes for it. Like you can play the Japanese mode, which I think has different, it either has like different levels, or it's got something wrong. It's got something different with it, because they wouldn't include both versions if it didn't have something different about it. You can play caravan mode, which has a set number of continues. I don't know. It's just really cool. Okay, so regardless of what path you take, you have to fight this little mini boss. And it's pretty easy to kill. You just kind of stick back and then kind of move backwards from it. And this guy's like, thank you. Anyways, so enough talking about the game. I'm going to talk about what happened to me today, kind of. So today at work, I work at a local arcade. Today at work, everything was going, you know, just fine and dandy, normal and fine and all that fun stuff. When a power outage happened. And don't get me wrong, power outages are pretty normal, especially with the changes in temperature here, like the crazy weather that's been going on recently. Oh yeah, level 2 is a zombie level. Anyways, like the recent fluctuation of weather, I'm actually not quite surprised that something like blue, just with the constant changing of temperatures, something outside probably blew or something happened. And oh yeah, if you get hit with one of those shots, you turn into a zombie for a minute, and you can still shoot and like play. But if you get hit again, you like explode. And if you pick up first aid kits, you turn back into a human. But like I didn't even know what was happening at first. Like, so let me preface this a bit. Before all this happened, about a week ago, I had a dream, and my buddy told me as soon as I start having dreams about my work, like where I work, like I'm going mentally insane. But anyways, I had a dream where just that happened, where the power went out. But a bit of a different scenario. When the power went out, no one was there. Like literally nobody was there. And you know, it was just kind of a scary situation that I was in a building completely blackened at the dead of night with no one else in the building. And like, I don't know, it's just a creepy situation. And for what it is, I'm gonna tell you a bit of what happened beforehand, like before before all this was going on. So I just got off my break, and I was going to get a drink because, like, you know, I was thirsty after my break. But anyways, I went to go get a drink, and in the room with me was one of my coworkers, and I was getting a drink, and then usually, I don't know why, but I always do this. I always like close my eyes whenever I take a drink. So like I threw my head back, took a drink. And when I brought I closed my eyes, and when I brought my head back up and opened up my eyes, all of the lights were completely off, and it was dead silent, because none of us knew what was happening. Like literally, it felt like such a surreal experience that it didn't even happen. And at first, like nothing was happening. There was no noise, and I thought I was dreaming again. Like literally, I thought I was dreaming, because I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep last night or the night before. I literally thought I was dreaming. So I like pinched myself, like the "am I dreaming" type thing. No, I wasn't. And what really made that more of a real situation for me is when I opened up when I finally found the doorknob and then moved outside of that room, all I heard were a bunch of screaming children. Because I don't know, it's pitch black. The only thing that's on is a floodlight, and then all you can hear is slight beeping from our quote unquote silent alarm that goes off if anyone tries to intrude the building or if something breaks or whatever. Well, anyways, all I hear is screaming children, and my first instinct is, okay, what's happening? How can I help? So the first thing I do is I try to find people that I know, other than that coworker. Not that I didn't know her, but I mean, like, I've been working there for almost a year and a half now. So, like, I mean, of course I knew her, but I was trying to find people that, like, were in my department of work, and then after that, I started hearing more kids screaming because because I don't know if you guys know this, but the place where I work, parents don't really pay attention to where their kids are at all times. Like today, we were cleaning out the playland, the indoor playland, because some kid decided to throw up in it, and we were cleaning that out. And when we were cleaning that out, some kid just wandered in, like while we were cleaning up vomit, and it was just like, I don't know, it was a weird experience. Just trying to get a kid out. My manager had to like bribe the kid with candy just to get him to get out while we were cleaning up the indoor playland. But yeah, it was just such a surreal experience because like parents didn't really care where their kids were. But as soon as this blackout happened, as soon as all this power went out, like something like a switch flipped inside of the parents. Because one of the first things I heard, other than children screaming, when I left the room after getting a drink was, I have to go find my kid. And like I'm not gonna judge anyone for parenting, because I mean I'm like 18. I'll be 18 on the 30th of March. I'm not gonna judge anyone for parenting, but you should always know where your children are. You should always have a sense of where your children are at all times. Like that's just something that I think is a must. But after I heard him say that, I wanted to make sure that everyone had their family together. So I moved towards one of the darker areas of the building, and was basically asking if everyone in that family was all right, like if they had everybody with them. And everyone that I talked to, they said they didn't have any kids. So I mean, like, of course, I got the people that weren't really away from anyone. They didn't have anyone else in the building. It was literally just them. There were about 10 people in like 3 different groups. One of them was 2. There were 2 people in one, and then like 3 people in another, then 4 people in another, or whatever. I don't know. That's not 10, that's 9, but whatever. You get it. None of them had kids, but my manager and the other guy in my department were basically trying to find these kids' parents, and these kids, they were freaking out because I'm guessing they'd never been in a situation like this before. And it was just like, I don't know, it felt so surreal that the entire situation was happening. I'm gonna put some more continues on there. Anyways, it felt so surreal that the whole thing was happening, because I mean, like, just literally a week ago, I had a dream about this exact situation happening, just with less people showing up after the lights went out. And I don't know, it was, and then after, okay, so we got the lights back on, not all of them, but we got the majority of the lights back on. And man, I wish I could show you a video. One of my coworkers, the guy, he was on break out in his car, and he took a video. He took a picture of the building. You couldn't even tell that there was a building there because it was so pitch black outside and so pitch black in the building. None of the lights were on, even outside the building. All of the lamps had completely burnt out. It was terrifying. More for the kids than us, but still, the whole situation just seems surreal, because after the fact, after everyone had kind of calmed down and gotten back with their family and stuff, no one said anything about it. No one talked about it. No one asked anything about it. Everything just kind of went back to normal after that. And, which kind of sucks, because with things going back to normal, things are bound to go wrong, and go wrong they did. Many people were complaining that the games weren't working correctly, even though they had to reboot because, well, there was just a freaking power outage. They just decided to, instead of being completely understanding that there was literally just a power outage, they decided to be completely, like, they just decided not to listen to anybody and just kind of do their own thing and just complain about it. I don't know. But yeah, it didn't even, like, honestly, it doesn't even feel like the whole situation even happened. Just like another situation that happened, and I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, but basically, some guy ran out in front of my car and literally just started screaming at me that I almost killed him or whatever, even though I didn't. He ran out in front of my car just to preach at me to stop at the white stop line, even though I couldn't see farther than my street. But the whole situation just seems so surreal because no one else talked about it. No one else said anything about it other than the manager over the radio, who was trying to figure out what in the world just happened. And, like, I mean, there's videos and stuff of the whole situation happening, and I can even put a video on the video right here. I could put a little video right here, but the whole situation did happen. And, like, we're not some small, like, little company, and, like, no, this is like a huge building. So having a huge building full of, like, vibrant neon lights and, like, video games and all that just go completely pitch black and, like, in the matter of, like, 5 seconds, it's kind of terrifying. We never figured out exactly what happened, but our best bet is that a transformer blew. My whole like temperature changing thing makes some sense, but that's mostly just for, like, weather acting up, not really electricity. I don't know. That's kind of my reasoning for it, but I don't know. But yeah, we never actually figured out what happened, but it did actually happen. And yeah, it was just so weird because I had a dream about it not too long before it actually happened, and just having that situation actually happen in real life, I don't know, it freaked me out. Not that I'm afraid of the dark or anything, but, like, it was just such a surreal situation, like, that my dream had literally come true no more than a week after I had that dream. It was just absolutely insane. But yeah, that was my day at work today, and I gotta go back. Gotta go back again and do the whole minimum wage job thing again at 3 o'clock tomorrow, or 3 o'clock today, I guess, 'cause it's really, really early in the morning. I think it's nearly 2 o'clock. It is 2:22 in the morning. At the time I'm recording this, not the time that you guys are seeing it. You guys will probably see it by late morning tomorrow. But, like, I don't know, just the whole situation just kind of seemed, it didn't even seem like it really happened, even though there's, like, videos and picture proof that it did happen. And there are, like, a lot of people that can tell you that were there, that experienced it, that it did happen. But yeah, that was my day today at work. Hopefully all you had a safe and fun St. Patrick's Day. I just kind of hung out at the house and didn't really do much. Just played Snipper Clips, Metal Slug, and Blaster Master. Speaking of Blaster Master, if you guys want to see a Blaster Master playthrough, that's actually what that was supposed to be. I was actually going to play Blaster Master 0 instead of playing Metal Slug, but then I was like, nah, I'm going to play Metal Slug because I love this freaking game. And it'd just be an easy game to play. It'd be an easy game to play just for one video because I can play through the entire game in one video. It won't be that long. And it's just a nice time to just like talk about my day and stuff. I can actually use like little games like this for like vlog types, and I don't know but yeah, that was my day in retrospective. I woke up today at noon, did nothing until about 3 o'clock. Literally just played Metal Slug until about 3 o'clock, until I had to go to work at 4, and then yep. And now I'm back again. Got home from work, played some Blaster Master 0 for about an hour, and now we're here because I didn't get home until midnight. And yeah. So yeah, that was my whole work situation. I'm actually kind of hoping that tomorrow is nowhere near as crazy as it was tonight. Because I mean, we were really busy. We were breaking like the person limit law that's like set for our building. I think our building has a capacity limit of like 675 people or 657. I know it's 657. That's in some combination of that. And like, I don't know, just the fact that there were so many people there, they were all freaking out at the exact same time. We couldn't really handle the situation more professionally than we did because there was no one else cooperating with the whole situation. So like as soon as the power went out, my manager was like, all right, everyone stay where they are, we'll get the power back on and all that. And you know, just like no one stood still, everyone was running around, everyone was freaking out. And a little kid ran up to me. I'm sorry, I'm going back to this story. Anyways, a little kid came up to me, and he and at first I thought he lost his parents. But actually no, there were some parents over there at the games where I went. I forgot about this. But he didn't want, I mean, he knew where his parents were, he was right next to him, but he was more worried about the games coming back on. And I remember talking to him, and I was like, hey, where are your parents, buddy? And I don't even know if those were his parents. He said, oh, that's okay. And he said, are the games going to come back on? He sounded like he was about to cry because he wanted the games back on, and not that his parents were just like in this pitch black building and he couldn't see them anywhere or see anything in general. So I was like, oh, it's okay, buddy, we'll get the games back on for you, and like blah blah blah. I don't know. Okay, this did not happen in my last boss fight with this guy. I literally just stood on him. No, I stood right here and just fired up to his head, and I didn't die because he didn't do that stupid laser thing. I literally just did this the entire time. And there goes the laser thing again. He didn't do this last time. That's so dumb. He didn't do that last time. I said I was going to do it with only 4 continues, but I really just want to beat the game in one video. Just to kind of, you know... Okay, whatever. Whatever, big robot boss. Robot Jones. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever happened to Robot Jones? That's a question. And also, great TV show from the late 1990s and also early 2000s. Really old Flash animated Cartoon Network cartoon. Okay, this guy didn't take nearly as long to kill last time I played this morning. There we go. Alright. I'm just throwing a couple more continues on there. Mission 3 complete. We are 1 mission away from beating this game, guys. Laser Camel. I already made the joke on Twitter. Hey, you guys should follow me on Twitter. Twitter links in the description, right there. You can follow me. I post a lot of stuff, and I'm going to post a lot of Nintendo Switch stuff because I've got games to play. But yeah, if you you want to stay tuned on my happenings and going-ons, definitely follow me on Twitter. I'm super active, and if you literally just want to like get in contact with me or like say hey or whatever, or if you want to play a game, like if you want to play a game with me, literally just contact me on Twitter. Literally, I'm super active on Twitter. I repost a lot of cute animal pictures, and that's about it. Wonderful weather we're having. It's literally like frigid winter weather, and it's already mid-March or late March. I live in Indiana, so like this is nothing. It was literally like it was hot and sunny and 70 on last Wednesday. And man, am I tired. Okay, so the frame rate drops, those are actually the game. They're not my capture card. Those are actually the game. But with all due respect, all games on this system are going to have some slight frame drops. Because, I mean, like, this console's not exactly a powerhouse. So there's going to be some slight frame drops. So if you're not a big fan of frame drops, sorry. The Nintendo Switch is not the console for you. It's going to have some slight frame drops. Especially if it's like a little tablet, it's gonna have some slight frame drops when handling some more games that are more demanding of the hardware. Like this one. This one's got a lot of stuff going on with like 16-bit graphics, got a whole animated background, it's got to get the bullets and particle effects and all that fun stuff. So yeah, there's gonna be some slight frame drops here and there. So something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit now is make music on FL Studio, and I've actually began to make some music on FL Studio. Check out my Twitter if you want to see what I've been making. I made that in a little bit under an hour, and unfortunately I've completely deleted everything. I've completely deleted it all, and I didn't mean to. And you know, I'm really upset that it happened. I'm really upset that I actually did delete it, but I thought I saved it. It said I saved it, but for some reason it didn't actually save. So if you want to see a cool little drum loop I made in about an hour with a Nintendo Switch click noise, like when you put the Joy-Cons back on the console, definitely do check out my Twitter, because it's on there. Or I'll just post it right now in the video. I'll post it right here. That's some pretty cool stuff, isn't it? I literally made that in about an hour, and I'm really proud of it. But I'll just have to remake it because, oh well, it's fine. It gave me a little bit of a chance to learn the software. And but yeah, my buddy, he makes a lot of good music on FL Studio, and I just wanted to see if I could give it a shot. Not that I think I make anything better than he does, but I just wanted to go and give it a little shot. Give it a little shotty shot. I've never played any of these levels, because the majority of these I never even got to play. The majority of these I completely skipped with the path I took. I've literally never even seen anything in this level. I'm fighting trucker hat towel heads with swords, and I just died because of the jihad right there. Sword wielding jihads, literally. Okay, I already made the joke, but damn, she thick with 2 C's and not a CK. Oh, and I just literally just dissipated into thin air. So for those of you who don't know, all the Neo Geo ports that they put over here, like World of Fires, Yuka 7, I think that's what it's called, Metal Slug, all of these are not like Super Nintendo ports, Genesis ports. They're nothing like that. They're actually arcade ports, and I mean, I already showed you with the whole adding credits thing. Like if you look down on the bottom right, it tells you how many credits I've got. These are complete ports of arcade versions of games, and that is actually a really good thing, because there are some certain arcade games that were released in Japan that I actually want to try, and that means that this whole emulation process of what they've got going on right now, of like, so not only does this game have its own interface, it's even got like an emulation interface where you can change the button layouts, the game layouts, the display settings, my god, game settings, button settings, all of that. You got the manual, you got online ranking system, and I've heard rumors that they're adding online multiplayer to some of these games, like King of Fighters. You can play online multiplayer. Metal Slug multiplayer online would literally be amazing. But yeah, I've heard rumors that online multiplayer is becoming a thing for these Neo Geo games. But there are a lot of arcade games, like Japanese arcade games, that I really wanted to try out. One in particular is Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a rollerball one. I mean, of course, they could just convert the rollerball into like a joystick type thing, but like the fact that they're running their own version of MAME, a multi-arcade machine emulator, on the Nintendo Switch, it opens doors for many other opportunities of like virtual console type arcade games, and like that's huge. I'm guessing, what in the world? I literally exploded into money. So I'm guessing that the port of Street Fighter is an arcade port and not a Super Nintendo port, because that'd make more sense if it was the arcade port, like this is. That'd just make a bit more sense in my humble opinion. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this once. And I've bet you guys have heard it 1,000 times. Do I think the Nintendo Switch is worth buying at this point? I mean, like, at this point in time, probably not, unless you're a big fan of, like, 16-bit arcade games. Because that's literally all that's on here. You've got Bomberman arcade game. You got this, it's a 16-bit game. You got Blaster Master, 8-bit, 16-bit action game. There aren't a whole lot of games that are coming out or are already out that are testing the console's limits or hardware limits. They're not really testing anything else like Breath of the Wild is trying to do. And are these games really impressive at this point? No, not exactly. And I'm pretty sure I'll eat my own words when I play the Splatoon 2 test fire whenever that decides to go live. I'm pretty sure I'll eat my words as soon as that thing comes out and I get to play that. But yeah, that's do I think it's worth buying at this point? Well, not exactly. If you can get your hands on one, definitely do get it. But with the lineup of games right now, it's kind of not worth it. There's not really a whole lot of games that I'd say warrant buying a $300 console. But definitely when more games come out, you're definitely going to want to pick one of these up, because they're going to be exclusives for this mother. And okay, I took the gel last time. They're going to be exclusive for this mother that you can't get on any other console. You got your Mario Odysseys, you got your Mario Karts, which I really wish was just a Mario Kart 9, and they added more tracks and stuff. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just kind of seems like a lazy attempt at my point. If they're really going to add all these new characters and all these new items and a new battle mode, just make Mario Kart 9. And make some new tracks while you're at it. Goodness gracious. I'm so tired. Yeah, just make some new tracks while you're at it. Literally. We don't need all that much. I'm actually on the last level of this game. Just thought I'd point that out. And I don't know. 16-bit action games, I'm not gonna lie, they're a lot of fun to play, especially with like the whole like separable Joy-Cons acting as two controllers, which, let me be completely honest, I'm gonna real talk with you guys here for a moment. Snipper clips you can play alone with just the single Joy-Con, or with both of the Joy-Cons attached to the Switch console itself, like the actual tablet. However, you cannot play single-player snipper clips with separated Joy-Cons, like just the two Joy-Cons, not on the Joy-Con grip, not attached to the console, but they are acting as one controller. Literally like I'm using them right now, but mine are attached to the Joy-Con grip. And just so you know, the Joy-Con grip doesn't have anything it doesn't have anything technical inside of it. It is literally just a grip, a plastic grip that holds on to the Joy-Cons. I thought there was like some type of like technical thingamajig in there. Nope, it's literally just a plastic shell that the Joy-Cons can sit into to make them feel more like a controller. But you cannot play single-player snipper clips with both of the Joy-Cons detached from the console. Why they chose to do that, I have no clue. And I'm gonna be completely honest. Playing snipper clips alone, it kind of defeats the point of, you know, the game itself. It's supposed to be like a date night type game where like each of you take control of the character and you solve puzzles, and like, yeah, one of them's a boy, one of them's a girl. It's really, really cute, and the art style is really adorable, and I love that game. It's fantastic. But the fact, I don't know, just like the way that I like holding the Joy-Cons just off of the grip and off of the console, just like holding one in each hand, just kind of like slumped over on my couch like the guy showed in the preview or like the reveal for it. That's my preferred way to hold them. The fact that I can't hold them like that to play one of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch as of right now, snipper clips, is kind of hurts my heart, because like the accessibility of snipper clips, like, don't get me wrong, it's a very, very accessible game, and the controller options that they have work perfectly fine for what the game's trying to accomplish. But I really don't know what the difference between both of the Joy-Cons being attached to the Nintendo Switch console and both of them being detached from the Nintendo Switch console have to do with them acting as two separate controllers with just that game. Because literally, I have this thing plugged up to a capture card right now, and I'm using both. I literally just set the Joy-Con grip down on my desk. I can use both of the Joy-Cons, just one in each hand, and oh wow, this is actually a lot more comfortable than the Joy-Con grip. I was using the Joy-Con grip this entire time, which I've literally never used. I literally just pulled it out for this video just to have a more genuine feel of a controller while I played this type of game. Man, do I prefer holding them just one in each hand. Man, do I prefer this. But yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, it's a pet peeve of mine. It doesn't really change my opinion on the game, because the game plays the exact same way whether or not you're holding one Joy-Con or both of them. And I love snipper clips. It is a very, very fun game to play with a lot of different people, and also a very, very fun game to just play alone. I'm going to put these back in the Joy-Con grip, because now it just feels jarring to me. It literally just feels jarring to me. I'm sorry. I can't just swap my controller midway through, like almost completely through a game. But yeah, that does not change the fact that I can't play with the two Joy-Cons attached from the Nintendo Switch console for snipper clips does not change my opinion on the game. Snipper clips is an amazing game. Is it worth $20? Depending on your definition of worth. And do I think that Bomberman R is worth $50? No. Wait until Bomberman R gets a discount and is at least $30, because it is not a $50 game. And Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus is not a $40 game. Literally, I got Binding of Isaac Afterbirth on my Xbox One for $25. I'm not going to pay an extra $20, $15 to play the exact same game with what I've heard are just a couple of reskinned bosses. And I mean, at one point I was even considering doing that, and like I was okay with buying Binding of Isaac again for like the 4th time. And I don't know why. I really, really don't know why I was okay with buying Binding of Isaac again. But I was okay with that at one point, like yesterday. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to spend my money a bit more wise. I'm going to buy 3 games instead of just 1 game. And then I bought this, Blaster Master Zero, and Snipper Clips. Yes, I spent $20 on Snipper Clips. Do I think it's worth $20? No, but I bought it for $20. And, I don't know, I'm getting my money's worth out of it. It's fun. Oh, and this also irks me. Do I think that 1-2 Switch is a $60 game? For the life of me, no, it is not. No, it's not Snipper Clips. 1-2 Switch is not a $60 game. I paid $60 for it. and I've barely even touched it. It is not worth 60 bucks. And the only reason I have it is because my girlfriend wanted it. If it were my choice to choose a launch title, I would either chose Bomberman or Breath of the Wild. But she wanted 1-2 Switch so badly, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll get it for you. And yeah. So yeah, that's why I own 1-2 Switch. That's my whole 1-2 Switch story. My girlfriend wanted it, and yeah. And that's why I own 1-2 Switch. Really, really interesting story. There are a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch that are just dumbly priced. They're either overpriced or they're priced just right. Like this game, Metal Slug 3. I know I'm gonna keep on praising it just for it being it. It's only $9. It's $8 or $9. I can't remember. It's either $7.99 or $8.99. I think it's $7.99. But it's only $8. It is worth every single penny that I paid for it. It just is. 1-2 Switch is fun when you have... 1-2 Switch is fun when you have multiple people who like to play video games and that you want to play video games with. 1-2 Switch is not a very fun game to have with one person and then play alone. And Shovel Knight is only so interesting for a short amount of time before you just start to get sick of it, like I did. The only other game I had before yesterday, so I had the same 2 games for a little over a month. No, a little under a month. I had 1-2 Switch and Shovel Knight. And I bought the treasure trove that was $25 and got all the DLC with it. And like, yeah. So I got to play the Spectre of Torment, I got to play the Plague Knight DLC, I also got to play like the regular game. And yeah, that was a fun experience for a little bit until I got to the point where all the bosses that I tried to beat were just impossibly difficult. And all the levels, I got to like stupidly dumb parts and then I just randomly died. Or like, okay. So, Yacht Club Games, I know you will never hear this for the life of you. I know you will never hear this. But please, for the love of God, if you ever do make an update for Shovel Knight, add arrows like this game has. Please. There are many pits in the game that I'm like, I wonder if I can jump down there. And then I try to, and then I die. But there are also many points where I backtrack throughout the entire level, just trying to find out where to go next. And then I realize that I just have to make a random leap of faith into a pit. Case in point, the octopus level, I think it's like during the Spectre of Torment, I literally didn't know that you were supposed to jump down into the pit that a big tentacle was coming out of to literally get past that point of the level. Didn't know that until I was exploring for half an hour and I almost got off of Shovel Knight because I just didn't know what to do. So yeah, if you do make an update for Shovel Knight, please add arrows that tell you if a jump is safe. I'm sick and tired of losing all my money, all my in-game money, because I didn't know if a pit was safe enough to jump down or not. That's just kind of, it's fake difficulty in my opinion. It's like fake challenge. It's a fake challenge. So yeah, oh, I just realized we are like literally almost to the end of this game. Like we are almost at the complete end of this game. We've only been recording for about 40 minutes. I've just been telling stories. But yeah. I will say this right now. Do not buy a Nintendo Switch off of eBay for more than $400 or any price that you are comfortable with paying. Do not give in to the scalpers game, because if we let scalpers know that Nintendo consoles do not sell nearly as quick as like when the NES Classic was out, if we let them know that it sells out like that, then you better believe that the price is just gonna skyrocket. And someone's gonna make $2,000 for a Nintendo Switch. It's just ridiculous. But if we basically just like, if you can find these in store, buy them in store. Do not buy them on eBay. $300 is a perfectly good price for what you're getting. surely you won't get a game with it. And the games are rather expensive. But you are having a piece of hardware that is kind of hard to come by at this point. And like it's not even a little known fact. Like Nintendo Switches are extremely hard to come by. Even though there are 2 million units out in the world, over 2 million units in the world, this system is very, very hard to come by. And like that honestly saddens me that Nintendo would take this route of just making less systems than the demand like allows, or like demand wants. But yeah, it's whatever. It's a whole business strategy that they're going for right now. They're going like the whole generate hype business strategy, and it's kind of apparent with the whole NES Classic debacle and like the whole Nintendo Switch thing, where they're like, "Oh, we're only releasing this number of Switches, so you better get one while you want one." Oh, I don't know. Nintendo's just kind of going in this whole gray area of like working with scalpers to make lose the majority of the money. It's kind of a stupid business practice, if you ask me. And yeah, I'm extremely lucky to have one of these in my possession. I'm extremely lucky to also have a Nintendo NES Classic in my possession. It is hacked. I have more than 30 games on it. I think I've got upwards of 90 games on it. But yeah, it is hacked. I'm very, very fortunate to have both of those in my possession. And I've braved many of cold nights to have both. Except for the Switch. I literally went to the store after pre-ordering my Switch and just said, "Hey, what? Oh my gosh!" I literally said, "Hey, I want my Switch." Oh, actually, Nintendo Switch story. Ready for this? Ready for this? This is meta. Playing the Nintendo Switch while talking about my Nintendo Switch. Alright, so the whole process that I went through when getting my Nintendo Switch, and I don't know if you guys know where I live, but I decided to pre-order my Nintendo Switch at Walmart, and not just any Walmart, the notorious Beach Grove Walmart that fight was at like 2 years ago, I think. Was that 2 years ago, or was that like last year? Either way, it's that Walmart. I decided to pre-order my Switch at that Walmart because it was the one closest to my house. Anyways, I decided to pre-order it there, and you know, we're paying it off. It's all fine and dandy, and it's in their system. You know, like everything's great, and everything's going just the way it is. Well, it gets to release day, or March 4th, the day after release day, when I'm actually allowed to go and get it, because my parents. This is a whole birthday present thing where my birthday's on the 30th, but I got it early because of spring break. But like, when we went to go pick it up on March 4th, they had no clue what in the world we were talking about. They knew that Nintendo Switch was out today, but they literally had no clue who we were, what it was that we were talking about. Like our receipt was not in the system at all. They couldn't find it under my girlfriend's name. They couldn't find it under my mom's name. They couldn't even find it under my name. They couldn't find it under any of the names that we gave them. And then it got to the point where I'm literally like frantically looking around for some sort of receipt to show them, like, hey, we did buy this. We did put the minimum on there. So yeah, hand it over, you know. But I mean, like, they had no clue what we were talking about. And I was literally about to drive over to my girlfriend's house and rummage through her old purse just to find the receipt. With her permission, of course. She gave me permission to do so. But I was literally going to go, like, rummage through her stuff to find this receipt so I could get my Nintendo Switch. And how they found it was they're like, okay, let's go look. We're going to go look in the back of the storage room. My Nintendo Switch was sitting in the back of the storage room, or the one that they were going to give to me, and it literally had a sticky note on it with our names on it. And I was already freaking out at that point. Sorry, I was already freaking out at that point because, I don't know, I don't exactly have full trust in that Walmart, or any Walmart in that case, to be holding such a precious piece of hardware that I have already, like, pre-bought or bought for too long and just it being the Walmart, hashtag the Walmart that everyone likes to talk about, it being that Walmart, you know, it just kind of seemed like if something were to happen, if something were to go wrong, it would be right now in this situation. And lo and behold, something went wrong in the said situation. And yeah, it was not a very fun exchange of dialogue between the two parties. But yeah, I did get it, of course. That's how I'm recording this. That is my whole Nintendo Switch story. Very anticlimactic. I did, of course, I got my Nintendo Switch. It's just kind of a dumb situation having to deal with customer service, even though we had already pre-ordered it. We didn't really have to deal with customer services. All they had to do was go in the back and look at the sticky note that was sticking to my Nintendo Switch in the box. But yeah, I got to open it up that day and just kind of look at it. Not really. Well, actually, no. I got to play some 1-2 Switch because my girlfriend, being the lovely, lovely person that she is, completely not sarcastic. When she decided to buy 1-2 Switch, it was the day before. It was literally March 3rd, the day when the Nintendo Switch came out. I'm actually quite surprised they still had copies of the game when like we went in to go get it, because she wanted to get it because she was afraid that 1-2 Switch would be sold out. Even though, let's be completely honest, 1-2 Switch is never going to sell out in its life, and even if they wanted it to, they were going to make too many copies of the game anyways. It's its flagship type game other than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is definitely the flagship game for that console. But 1-2 Switch is like the Wii Sports, even though Wii Sports came with the console, and you don't have to pay $60 to play Wii Sports. But yeah, anyways, I got to play with 1-2 Switch that day, mostly alone because no one wanted to play it. I got to play Quick Draw with my sister, and like I got to play Quick Draw and stuff with my little brother, and yeah. And then I got to eventually play it with Bethany, but she was so tired by the time that we actually started playing it that it was kind of worthless to even ask her to play because she was just so tired. So yeah, then I had to wait a whole like 2 weeks to get it, and yeah, whatever. It's finished all my high school. That's done and over with. I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I already said this in my update video. Literally finished everything in high school. Don't have to worry about anything about high school anymore. All I have to do is go to C9 with the guys, and then just yeah. That's it. And then I get to go home at noon, or even go to work at noon, and like work on projects or whatever. Even though, let's be completely honest, me going to work is not a good idea because I will literally go mentally insane. I have no clue how in the world my girlfriend works the hours that she does there. She is literally a god or a goddess because she can deal with the people just being absolute freaking mental bored people. I don't know. I'm so tired. Anyways. I don't know how she deals with people being the way that they are while they're there for so long. Because she works 40-hour weeks. And like, even then some, because she likes to stick around for other shifts, but I don't know. I can barely even handle working the 15 hours that I do there. Let alone, she doubles it and then some. I don't know. I just appreciate her in every single way possible, and a lot of people do as well. And like her work ethic is like, I wish I had her work ethic. If I had her work ethic, I would have been out of school last year. I wouldn't have had to worry about school at all. But you know, I'm me. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my work ethic just kind of sucks because I haven't uploaded in like a month other than my update video. So yeah, my work ethic, me wanting to actually like do this whole YouTube thing, well, it's working kinda. Alright, we are actually in the final stretch of this game. I think... Oh shoot, did I fight this thing? Oh, I did fight this thing. was making sure I was like, I was literally honestly confused because I don't remember fighting this thing, but I did. Didn't look nearly this beat up though. And yeah. So, yeah. I appreciate her and everything that she does, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's so cute, but you know, it really is. Like, I don't know, she's amazing. In everything that she does and everything that she knows how to do, it's just like, she's honestly amazing. She will never hear this, unfortunately, because like she'll never hear this because she doesn't really watch my YouTube videos. But yeah, I just appreciate everything that she does and all that fun stuff. We are reaching 50 minutes, which is okay. That's fine. I can post an hour video. I don't mind. We've got 2 more bosses to take care of. We've got our character that got abducted, and then we've got this guy again in the sky. That's the end of the game. But yeah. So other than that, not much has been going on in the realm of me being productive in the YouTube space. I'm actually really happy that I can start doing YouTube again, because I honestly miss doing this all the time, and I'm gonna be live streaming a lot more. So like I said, follow me on Twitter so you can know when I'm live streaming and stuff, and when I'm not busy. And yeah, there's a podcast coming, so I'd let you guys know that. So quick update, there is a podcast coming. There's 2 podcasts, actually. There's a podcast with me and my buddy Gavin, the guy who makes really cool FL studio music. And then there's the which is now just a work in progress name. It's the Talk About It podcast. It's spelled TalkAboutDit podcast. The Talk About It podcast. And it's basically just a podcast where I talk about random nothingness and just any subjects that you guys give me. So if you guys want to hear a subject talked about in the first episode of the Talk About It podcast, literally just put it anywhere. Put it in the comment section, put it on my Twitter. Literally just put it anywhere, because I will talk about anything, and I mean anything. I will literally talk about anything that's thrown at me, or at least I'll try and give my opinion as one-sided as I can. Because some things I can't talk about because I literally just don't know what they are, or I'm just completely uncultured and I have no clue what in the world is going on. Alright, we are actually reaching the end of this game. Dang, she thick. Next, I think we have to go break the shield that we're captured in, and then yep, there he is. Oh, there she is anyways. Or like the character that we are currently saving. Okay, so there's a part of this next part that I actually love a lot. It's called, and I've self-named that section of the level the Blood Laser Gauntlet, because you folks will see at home exactly what I'm talking about when it comes up. The Blood Laser Gauntlet doesn't sound like that great of an, actually no, it sounds like a freaking amazing name for anything, but like for what it is, it literally is a blood laser gauntlet. And I even posted a picture of it on Twitter. I'm actually kind of liking the social media aspect of the Nintendo Switch, like just being able to post screenshots and eventually videos just like straight to Twitter and Facebook. It really does help, because I don't have to go through the tedious process of like downloading the image and then tossing it over on Twitter, or just not posting the image at all and just talking about it. I like it. Nintendo, you're doing something right. Not that you're never doing anything right, but still. Alright, we're in the final stretch, literally, of this game. Go, go, go! I know I'm on level 1 difficulty. Shut up. I don't care. Uh-oh. More clones are being made. Oh, the animations in this game are so smooth. Alright. We're in the final stretch here. And this is what I mean by Blood Laser Gauntlet. That is going to happen for the majority of this level, and I literally just have to deal with it. Because my guns don't do anything. So I have to deal with zombies who spit blood lasers while trying to manage all this garbage. It was actually a lot harder my first playthrough. I have no idea why it's so easy now. I'm literally just... this is a cakewalk right now, guys. Blood lasers. More blood lasers. And I'm dead. Or down one life, my bad. Try and kill the zombies as often as possible because they all know the blood laser thing and they will all do it. And having multiple zombies just shooting blood lasers at you, it's not a very fun experience. I would know, I've been through that experience multiple times. Or once this morning, I guess. Okay, so when I played this the first time around, I think I had 43 continues. So I'm really hoping that the number of continues is lower? I'm really hoping the number of continues is lower because I don't know the number exactly. We can only hope. Blood lasers. And this whole end segment, they just give you all the mechs and like all the vehicles and all the weapons, and they're just like, get the heck out of there, man. Do what you gotta do, just get the heck out of there. We're reaching the end, and then we have one more boss to fight after we get done with all this garb. Which is the brain thing again, but we're actually gonna fight him and not his like robot counterpart or whatever the heck that was. Dang, the range on that freaking... Come on. Dang it. Man, I was really hoping I wouldn't die again after. Could you imagine playing the arcade version, not having enough coins to continue and like dying right there near the end of the game? Could you just imagine that? I literally think I would die at that point, honestly. Alright, folks, here we go. Final boss time. This final boss is actually somewhat easy. Much easier than all the other bosses presented. There it is. Big brain guy. This boss is fairly easy, as long as you can avoid the green and orange bubbles, and then like avoid the laser move. You just jump over it. It's fairly easy. For final boss, it's kind of anticlimactic. I mean, the character was there, of course, but like, you know, you get what I'm saying. It's kind of easy for a final boss. You can get below it and just shoot upwards endlessly at it, but if you get the heavy machine gun from dying and then putting in another credit, or you can knife the... You just stab the brain a couple times, like a couple hundred times, and then finally get it. You can just use your continues and then get an automatic heavy machine gun drop, and then just use all 200 bullets on the brain, and just, I don't know. And jump when the freaking laser gets shot, and then avoid the fart bubbles, even though I hit them every single time. And then spam the button again. And then die again on the bubbles because I suck at dodging those. Use all your grenades, all 10 of them. And there goes a weapon drop. You know you're about to beat it when the character that you saved from like the abduction place comes back with I think she's on a UFO. He or she is in a UFO. That's when you know you're about halfway done with the boss. I don't know if this one's damage based or like what this one does. Basically to tell you that you're close to killing it. There it is. Hey, I dodged him. And then I just completely forgot to jump there. Once again, ran right into it. But yeah, we are. I think we're at the final couple hits of the boss, or final 100 hits of the boss, whatever you want to call it. Heavy machine gun. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we have just beaten Metal Slug 3 in 1 hour and 1 minute and 11 seconds. GG, there were no prisoners that level. Final mission complete. So yeah, that is my entire playthrough of Metal Slug 3 and hearing about my life. Yes, I'd like to register that to online rankings. Is that my first place on the local, or is that my second place on the local? 51 continues. Goodness gracious. I got first on my local. Sweet. So I'm actually gonna make this my J. No, J. Where's the J? J. D. No, it's 2 letters? Okay, my bad. Next time I'm just gonna have to put JC. Alright, sweet. That's the end. Good game, guys. Alright, so I really don't know what else to say. That's her gun just going down to the bottom of the ocean. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. If you stuck around for the entire hour, give yourself a pat on the back and let me know down in the comment section below that you stuck around for the entirety of this little playthrough. Hopefully you guys didn't get too bored with my nonsensical ramblings and my storytelling, that, you know, just kind of had a nice little fun experience and got to see basically what it's like recording a Nintendo Switch game, and like, yeah. So like, this is definitely the first of many Nintendo Switch games that I do record. This just happened to be one of the ones that I'm playing a lot of, and will definitely enjoy playing a lot more of until I just completely run out of levels and stuff to play and unlock. And so yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I won't keep you around for very much longer because this was a very long video. Broke a little bit over an hour. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Twitter links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.